Let me guess. You feel like you're putting the work in, but you're unsure with your direction or certainty. Is this the right path? Is this going to work? And does that self-doubt then turn into procrastination, where you go down rabbit holes, watching content about the thing, learning about it, doing more and more without doing it? And you wish there was somebody that you could ask to be like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right direction? Is this going to work? But for better or for worse, you can't do that. That's against the rules of life. And the reason I'm asking all those things is because I feel like that right now. I'm struggling, to be honest, with this YouTube channel. Right now, this is it. In fact, I've been struggling with this for a little while. I thought I'd make a video, and I think this is normal. I think this is what happens. I think this is what happens. And the weird thing is, I currently make videos showing how I run my business. That's beyond the point. And running the business, I've been running the business for over 8 years. And I know full well that you've just got to stick at things, and you will evolve over time, and you'll adapt, and it won't be perfect. You need to just keep going. And obstacles will come up, and you've just got to get through them or around them or past them, and people will think this is weird, but you've just got to keep going. And I feel like I can do a really good job of encouraging others and showing them that yes, this will work, this is a thing. Are you providing value? Do you enjoy what you're doing? Is this useful to someone else? And it's like, yeah, but it still sometimes feels pointless. And I get it. So this video is not about my business, but I started the business with next to no money, and 8 years later I work for myself, full time. And sometimes I still have to pinch myself because it feels unbelievable and I can't believe this is my life. But then I do something new, like try and document it on YouTube and make videos to help others try and do what I've done. And I struggle. I really struggle. I struggle. It's not that it feels pointless, it's just nobody likes wasting time, right? And I want to make sure, so do you. You want to make sure these videos are useful to someone else and they're getting benefit from them, because we all know that life's not infinite, and part of the joy of life is knowing that there's an end and you only get what you get. So no, we can never know whether this will work, whether this path is the path to the goal you've got in mind. But don't forget, the goal that you've got in mind might not be where you end up, and it might not be where you want to be. As we go down this road, learning and progressing and doing more, sometimes you figure out that where you thought was the destination is not quite all it's made out to be. The thing is, wherever you are on this journey right now, you have done the hard part. Saying, I will do this, and taking a step is the single hardest step. It really is, because you can build the momentum, then you can keep going, but building momentum is really tricky, especially when you don't see any return for the time invested. The thing is, here's the truth. The only wrong path on YouTube is to not post any videos. Literally, that's the only wrong path. The only way to fail is to not. And to even do is to win. So when you realise that the bar is down there, and the fact that if you are making videos, you've made a start. If you aren't, all you've got to do is make a start. Every person you see is just someone else that one day said, yes, I can do this. To be brave, it just takes 15 seconds of bravery. It really does. And then when you realise that the repercussions are so minimal for anything happening, nobody will care that you've spoke on camera about anything. I can tell you that from my own experience. That's something that I've lived through. Sometimes you get people being like, oh, I didn't know you made YouTube videos. And it's like, yeah, I went out recently and someone were like, wow, you make videos on YouTube, that's great. And I was like, wow, you don't think that's weird? I was like, weird? No, that's all I watch. And it's like, yeah. And so once we're happy, you've made a start, then you've got to think, what am I doing and am I getting better at it? And that is, getting better doesn't mean you've got to be taking courses and classes and doing things. It just means improving in tiny microscopic areas that compound over time. So all that means is just improve one thing every time you do it. That's it. Just be conscious of learning and being better. And as I know from running my business, nothing will change anything overnight. All it is about is one rep after another. The same going to the gym, the same when you're on a run. No individual step is more important than the last, but without the first few, you couldn't get to the hard ones. That's all it is. So at the end of the day, after all that, all me and you need to do is to keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. Consider yourself an apprentice. That's why we're working for free. YouTube doesn't pay us because we're in our YouTube apprenticeship. You've got to prove to YouTube you are worth being paid. That's it. That's all we're doing. There's no way to lose. The only way to lose is not to play. We're winning. We're just in training. We're learning every day. We're trying to get better. We're figuring out new ways to use things and bits and bats, and it turns out we just need more practice. That's it, right? That's it. And those that started YouTube and blew up overnight, or they had a certain success, you just can't bank on that. That's like somebody being wealthy because they won the lottery. They may have made all that money themselves anyway, but they got a nice head start, and that's all it is. Because that's just the world. So keep making, keep improving, keep refining, and we'll get there. We will. We'll both get there.